boys have done. Has everybody bounced back from that finish Monday night?
Yeah, I think everybody, it's great to see the guys that competitive and, in terms of it really affecting, at the end of the day, this is a team that, as a lot of people have said, could have mailed it in. And I think our guys are really competing at a high level. It means a lot to them. This team really wants to finish strong, and, they played well enough. They played their ass off and played well enough to win, but just had a very unfortunate error there at the end of the game. And, it's just, hats off to this team. They battled through a lot all year, the injuries and that we've had to overcome. And it feels like right now we get a couple back and then lose one. So, it's been one of those years, but hats off to Mike and his coaching staff. They've kept everybody focused, and I think we'll go out.
Hats off.
That's where everybody's focus is now. Let's go beat Carolina, and I think, that's what had a good week of practice, and I think we'll play well.
You mentioned the injury there. I think a lot of fans might have felt as bad as Micah Parsons did there post-game with Overshown's injury. What are the chances he could play next year?
That's just you got to see. You got to see how how the surgery goes, which it did go well, and then you got to just see how his rehab. Every player's different. I mean, some people come along at a lot faster pace than others. If I were going to bet on anyone, it's Overshown, and I think he'll bust his ass. We got one of the best in the business, and Brett Brown in terms of rehabbing players, and if ever I could be optimistic, it'd be about something like this, and Overshown, beating the odds and being able to come back and help us next year.
How much does that impact the potential of linebacker moving up in the list of needs for you this offseason?
Oh, I think we have to look at that. I mean, it was already one, that we were going to have to look at. I mean, Kendricks has done a good job for us filling in this year, but obviously he's an older player, and it's great to have Maris, who's he's had a great year, young guy on the come, and certainly you got Overshown there, but obviously I think linebacker, regardless of the injury with Overshown, was going to be a place that we're certainly looking, to improve our roster.
Stephen, at the NFL, the meeting you just got back from this week, you were kind of talking about what was ahead potentially for your cap situation, stuff like that. Fans don't want to believe that you're in that situation, but you're not a BS guy. I mean, you really, there are things that we don't know about the cap that you guys are surely dealing with for 2025.
Well, like I said, I mean, I was probably, premature. Our focus right now is Carolina, and we'll get into all the off-season stuff, what our needs are, where we go with our salary cap, the decisions that we make, the hard decisions that we make. All those things are things that we'll address the off-season. Right here in the middle of the season is not the time to address it.
Middle of the season.
Okay, with young guys, that might not be starting or playing a lot, like Tyler Guyton, is there a point in the season where you're playing them even if they aren't the best guys at each position because you want to get and see what they can do?
You guys are right. We're going to analyze
the only
this
reason
shit.
Tyler hadn't been playing is his injury, and he's active and getting through it, but he's he's not being able to get all the way through full practices and that type of thing. But felt like he could be an emergency player for us. But we definitely want to develop our young players and bring them along. And as you play players, we've played players, young players at the beginning of the year, knowing that, hey, a veteran might do a better job for a couple weeks, but he's a more gifted guy, and he'll ultimately, get to where he needs to be and be the best player, for the long haul of the season. So, those are all things that go into the mix as we move forward. But like I said, our focus is on going out to Carolina and hopefully getting a win.
How's Cooper Beebe looking for Sunday?
He's making progress, but we'll have to see.
We'll have to see.
How are you looking at maybe the decision to pass the ball Monday night in the fourth quarter? Rico getting over 7, carried it 18 times. Would you have liked to seen some more running plays?
Well, that's just all on hindsight. I mean, I do think our running game's coming together. And you can always second guess. Hey, you should have run it, or you should have thrown it. I mean, all those things get second guessed.
You should have signed them, but you shouldn't.
You know, when you don't win the game, we understand that. But you know, the great news is our running game is coming together. I think Rico's, you know, one of the top. You know, the last 3 games. You know, I think he's rushed right there. You know, had as many yards as anybody.
He's right there.
It's great to see. That running game coming together.
There, you know, Rico.
When it comes to the play calling, obviously you've got a head coach that also is the play caller. That's not uncommon in the league, but you have to evaluate that differently based on the play caller, offensive coordinator version of Mike McCarthy than what he does as a head coach.
No, I think Mike does a great job. I mean, any play calling can be second guess. Hell, those were 2 of the best. I watched the game last night. We all did. The San Francisco game last night, and watched that with interest, playing the Rams, and those are 2 of the best offensive minds in this league, and no touchdown in the game.
And so, no touchdowns in the game.
That play calling too, but you know, these guys, it's you know, this league's hard. The NFL's hard. You know, these NFL defenses are good, and you know, anytime the results don't turn out right, then people are going to question.
A bit of a revenge game for Jonathan Mingo going back to Carolina. You traded a 4th-round pick for him. What have you seen from him since you traded? And I mean, do you like the return you've gotten to this point?
Yeah, I think
win
he's
because
really
of the
coming
Mingo
along. Anytime you bring a guy in, you know, a young guy in the middle of the season, then you know, it does take some time. But we love his size, his speed, his attention to detail. He's just going to get better for us, and he'll be a guy that you know, we're glad we're going to have around here for the next 3 years at a minimum.
Thanks, Steven. Give him hell out there. We'll be pulling for you.
Sounds great, guys.
Oh, shit! Oh, shit! Well, I want to thank everybody here coming in to see us. See, you know, we're not the best team that's out there right now, but in terms of production quality here, you know, we believe in our guys. We believe in the rubber ducky that in terms of whining out there and giving you a whole lot of shit, he's right there with the best of them, full of chicken shit. What's up, good people? Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joobu Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. Grab yourself a drink. I'm not one to tell people to drink, but you need to grab yourself a drink. Have a seat, and let's have a real deal conversation here. You know, it's so funny. Oh, let me go ahead and say, and I'm burning for you. Lola in the house. We got Angelica Barone. What's up, Angelica? Gina Dallas Diva. What's up? We've got Roland's Reviews. We got Lady Libra, who's double dipping on both channels. Shout out to Lady Libra. Ryan, I hate to tell you over there, man, bro, Lady Libra was before you. She was here before you. Jermaine, what's up, Jermaine? How you doing over there? Did I miss any of the lady? Oh, Holly Pierce. Channel member Holly Pierce. What's up? Oh, we got an Eagle fan. Philly D is back. Okay. But sit back, relax, put on your headgear, get ready for a trip through the atmosphere. So, damn it. Sorry, Joobu. I hit the table and Joobu fell down. I don't know what the F is wrong with the damn Joneses. I played that so that way because not everybody listens to Steve. You get the Cliff Notes, okay, the Cliff Notes of Stephen Jones, Jerry Jones stuff. You get little bits and pieces. I wanted you to hear fully the shit that he's talking. Did you hear him talk about He's already selling hope that maybe we don't need to draft a linebacker because Overshown worked so hard that the surgery went well and everything else. I believe that. Now, here's what I know. Now, Overshown tore his ACL, just his ACL, in training camp the year before. So he had a full year to recover for just the ACL. But this time, it's almost Christmas. And it's not just an ACL. This is a catastrophic explosion, okay? It's the ACL, the PCL, and the MCL. And I'm sure there's meniscus damage in there. That's not one. That's not two. That's 3 ligaments. At best, it's a year. Aisha Robinson, what's up? How you doing? At best, it's a year, if ever. If ever. He's sitting here, Stephen Jones is sitting here talking like he's going to be ready for training camp. This is Michael Gallup all over again. Michael Gallup, who, while he was recovering from his ACL, that you decided to give him a $50-some million contract with $32 million of it guaranteed, 4 of which we paid for this year while he's retired, and 9 of which will play next year. Next year. When you could have gone out instead of signing Michael Gallup, although I'm happy that he got paid since he's no longer in football, but you could have gone out and either kept Amari Cooper, who is still playing right now on a team that's headed for the playoffs. Playoffs? Don't talk about playoffs. You could have taken the money that you paid Michael Gallup, and you could have kept Amari Cooper here and had a great wide receiving core. Great one. As opposed to having Michael Gallup on one leg, who, after you paid him, only had 850 yards in reception over 2 years. That's on you, Steven. That's on you, Cap Boy. You know, and I'm going to tell you, when we go into this is going to be my new response because I should have said this today. When they asked me on the Dan Saleo show, my computer had mercy on you guys. It just shut down. It shut down during the broadcast because it was like, you know what, Mark, you've done the walk of shame enough. Okay, you've done it enough. But here's the thing. I'm going to say, when people ask me, what do you see our biggest need is on the team? Which way you think we need to go in the draft? My new response is going to be GM. 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 That's our biggest need. You know, let me ask you guys something, okay? If you, of course, we all do things wrong. Let's suppose there's something you do that pisses your wife off, right? And you get all kinds of shit for it. Do you A, do something different so that way you don't get a foot put in your ass, or you don't get the cold shoulder or no nookie, right? These are the consequences of making a mistake, right? You try and do better. You try and learn. I don't know the mistake that you made. Is it making a big mess in the kitchen, right? You make a big mess in the kitchen when you're cooking and all that, and you just leave it all in there. And she goes off like, what the hell? You're leaving all this shit in here. So you try and do better. Now maybe you try and wash the dishes, and the dishes, they're not that clean. You left a few spots on it, or maybe you didn't use enough detergent and stuff on the dishes that they're a little, they still got a little grease on them. So they're not really cleaned that well, but you made an effort, right? Okay. And so then you go, it's like, dude, I appreciate you trying, but the shit that you did sucked. So then you realize, okay, then maybe I need to put them in the dishwasher okay? And make sure that I put some dish detergent in there, and make sure that there's some of the rinse aid and stuff in there and wash the dishes. See, that means you are evolving and changing because now she's happy. She comes in. She hears the dishwasher humming. She looks around, that you wiped off the counters, that you swept the floor, and you even have some food for her. So now she's like, oh shit. She's like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. Now you get rewarded. She's happy. Happy wife, happy life. She's like, ooh, let's Netflix and chill. Angelica Barone, did I get you, girl? Right? That is learning from your mistakes. That is evolving. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, boom. And I was like, damn, you mean all I had to do was clean the kitchen and she jumped, hey, okay, you are learning from your mistake. But the problem for the Cowboys is there's no ramifications when they screw up. What's the ramifications when they screw up? We don't make the playoffs. The team literally implodes. We suck. We are literally underdogs to the Carolina Panthers. And how bad is it that we are the underdog to the Carolina Panthers? Oh, shit! Oh, shit! Bro, Carolina hasn't been favored in a game in 36 games. I'm sorry. It's not quite that bad. 33 games. 33 games. This is the first time in 33 games that the Carolina Panthers are favorites. It's that bad. It's literally that bad. Now, you may not like Mike McCarthy, but here's a crazy one for you. This is like musical chairs, right? It's musical chairs. We talked about Bill Belichick. Oh yeah, Bill Belichick. He's buddies with Jerry. He was seen in Dallas, and Bill Belichick. Great mind. He's coming through trying to get the NFL record and stuff. Perfect fit and all that. Boom. He goes to college. Then we start talking about Ben Johnson. Oh, Ben Johnson. He's a great offensive mind. He's great. He wants $15 million. Mike McCarthy, he gets about $3 million. He's out of Jones's price range because it's this season, off season, things are going to be are going to be really, really tight. Not just tight, really, really tight. So we don't expect to be big players and free. Oh, it's like, you know what? You ain't learned shit. You've learned nothing. When I hear Stephen Jones speak, I just go like this.
Shut the fuck up. Shut all the way the fuck up until you reach the top of Shut Fuck Mountain where there are no more fuck ups to shut.
So let me see if I get this straight. Leo, how you doing, Leo? And I actually got from Dan Saleo today, I was right about something. I was right. You know what I was right about? That Kellen Moore is not a value add. It's amazing that the Eagles' passing offense stinks. And I saw one of you Eagle fans in here talking about second-round pick quarterback. He going to take us to his second Super Bowl. It ain't going to be because of Jalen Hurts. So, Eagle fan, coming in here boasting about how great Jalen Hurts is, Jalen Hurts sucks.
Shut the fuck up. Shut all the way the fuck up until you reach the top of Shut Fuck Mountain where there are no more fuck ups to shut.
Yeah, congratulations, Eagles, because you do have that 11-2 record. Okay, you guys will be in the playoffs. You'll win the division. You got a good chance, but things aren't perfect there. Okay, I'm gonna say you made a great call. And I was wrong about Barkley. I was wrong because I always talked about Barkley seeming to get injured with the Giants, and I worried about him having too many carries. The reality is without Barkley, you have no offense. You have no offense. And I don't want to hear anybody tell me that Jalen Hurts is a great quarterback, because he's not. Because I'm sitting here, this is my thing on Dan's show. This is what I'm going to say. I don't mean to digress and get off my Cowboys, putting a foot in their ass, because they deserve it. And I'm going to get to the 49ers as well, because I got a bone to pick. There's lovely Linda. What's up, Linda? Those 40-winer fans, they're so butthurt. It's funny. It is hilarious. It couldn't happen to a better team. It could have, that implosion. I love it. If my team can't win and make it and all that, seeing the San Francisco 49ers crash and burn is crazy. But anyway, back to this. I asked, I said, Dan, Philly 500, I said, let me ask you this. How good is your running game? The best. Saquon is leading the league. He gonna get to that. He gonna break the record, right? I said, okay, yeah, that's really good, right? I said, what is a quarterback's best friend? It's a running game. Check. I said, how's your offensive line? Our offensive line is incredible. It's great. It's the best in football. I said, okay. So you got the best running game, which is the quarterback's best friend. You got the best offensive line. I said, let me ask you, how's your receiving core? Man, we got great receivers. Okay. I said, so let me see if I got this straight. Bobby Beninsky, and your quarterback pulls his nuts running on his own. Okay, Bobby. Shout out to Bobby Beninsky. Oh, shit. Okay. So, if you have the best running game in football, one of the best offensive line, and not one but two great receivers, and a really good tight end, how do you explain that your receivers are so bent out of shape and that you're 32nd in passing? You would think that since they're putting 8 men in the box to stop Saquon, that A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith would be getting one-on-one coverage, right? Isn't it easier to throw to guys when the linebackers are getting sucked up because of the running game? Isn't it? So if Jalen Hurts is such a great quarterback, he should be killing. He should be just about throwing touchdown passes every play because he's got one-on-one with A.J. Brown, and he's not a scrub. So you're winning. I don't have room to talk. I'm just pointing it out there. When somebody comes here and boasts about how great their quarterback is, I'm sorry. That's a great team. Shout out to your GM and your organization that put together a great team that can overcome a below-average quarterback. Yeah, I'm sorry. You got everything. I would like to, you know what? I wish we could be in a situation like that with my quarterback, that we wouldn't have to say, Cooper Rush, throw the ball 60 times. Cooper, throw the ball 60. Cooper Rush has got to throw the ball 60 times. Cooper Rush. That's how bad our team is. That Cooper Rush has to throw the ball 60 times. Okay? So I don't want to hear this stuff about how great Jalen Hurts is. I don't want to hear this shit about how much of a genius Kellen Moore is. I told you Kellen Moore wasn't going to do shit. Because here's where I can look at this and say, y'all poo-pooed what happened with Justin Herbert last year with Kellen Moore. Seems to be that he's playing pretty good right now. Seems to be. Talking about gambling. Gambling bringing in Kellen Moore. And speaking of gambling, don't forget about BetUS, my buddies that are actually sponsoring this video. Remember, bet responsibly and don't bet on the Cowboys. Don't bet on the Cowboys. I've been telling my dad that. But he's a Cowboy fan like me. And the times he's been losing, he's been betting on the Cowboys. But if you choose to bet, make sure you use the promo code YouTube150 so you can get matching on your first, your second, and your third deposits of up to $2,000. Do it today. Well, use it for Sunday. So, there's a Niners all damn day. How you doing, buddy? Niners all day. I got space for you on the couch with us. I got space for you, man. Come on and sit with us. How crazy? Let me see how crazy. I did not have this on my bingo card this year. That it's possible that Kyle Shanahan could lose his job and Mike McCarthy could keep his. If you had told me, hey, we're going to have the same record as the 49ers, I'd be like, damn, we going to the playoff. We doing pretty good. No, you guys, Kadarius Toney released. Okay. And so is Odell Beckham Jr. I'm surprised we haven't had Cowboy fan. Sign Odell. Let's go get Odell. You mean with his, 12 catches on the season? Actually, I got them all cut. I didn't get just one. I got them all cut. Yeah, it was getting kind of rough. Wow, Rhonda, help me, Rhonda. So I find it funny that I get this one troll who calls me big boy, because he's always talking about my weight. I'm so happy that people are so concerned about my weight and my crack. Okay, I literally, there's a person out there that's literally, he's looking at every single video to try and find my crack. I just don't understand it, but hey, if that's what floats your boat and you want to keep watching, hey, YouTube don't care why you're watching. They're just happy that you're watching. So keep it up, buddy. Keep looking for my crack. All right, back to our situation. This sucks. Back to what I was saying about learning from your mistakes. Stephen Jones, if you remember, if you were here, shout out to everybody who's coming now. We appreciate you. Texas made, sorry, Mark, I'm taking Bryce Young against our Cowboys in Fantasy League. It is what it is. Bro, I don't blame you, Texas made. I can't say. Gina Dallas Diva is back. I love weed. You know what? We all need some weed. And Leo, you missed the boat, Leo, because you should have had that Cowboys blue strand together, man, because we could all be smoking a fat one on this season, bro. We all would be pass the Dutchie from the left and the right, bro. But if you listen to Stephen Jones, he actually said Mike's done Mike, he's done a nice job. He's done a great job at keeping the guys focused and in the game and playing well. It was just a bad play that was out there where the ball just bounced the wrong way. And, you keep fighting, and we'll talk about those things when the season's over. And right now we're working on getting a win here in Carolina. And you would think by listening to Jerry and Stephen Jones, it's Jerry Jones, Cooper Rush, we're not going to put Trey Lance in. Cooper Rush gives us the best chance to win. It's like, bro, have you seen any of those YouTube videos where they say the person is dead, they just don't know it yet? It's like, Jerry, the season's over. You just don't know it yet? What's up? Vince P., how you doing? Mike Aldana, Leo can fix your bowl instead. Holly Pierce, Rhonda Lovey Spark. He's ranked 8th in QBR. I'll even take a puff. You know, look, everybody's like, please pass it. Something's got to make this feel better. But he's literally, you can see how they're rolling back at Mike McCarthy. And so this is where it all kind of fits in. I think the realization of seeing Bill Belichick basically say, the NFL, these teams are whack. I don't want to go to the Cowboys. Screw Jerry. The Lions coach. I need an organization that's going to work with the coach and admit their past mistakes. That ain't going to happen with the Joneses. So Ben Johnson, scratch him off the list. Ginger Rogers. Shout out to Ginger Rogers. Her team's in first place in her division. I hope they continue. I'm rooting for you. Okay, Ginger, since my team is like ass, I'm rooting for you guys, and I'm rooting for the Lions. Anything but the sorry-ass Eagles.
Oh, shit! Oh, shit!
That's right. I hate you, Eagles. I hate you. Dallas is the most. Hey, look, bro. We listen. You got to hurry it up. You know what, bro? What you have to understand, Leo, is this, man. Did Oppenheimer say it's a multi-year project when he was making the bomb? They said, bro, we need that shit now. If we try to invade Japan, we could lose millions of soldiers, man, because they're crazy. They live in tunnels and everything else. They literally are fighting to the death, okay? Look, we need that shit now. We need that shit now. Hurry up. Forget the safeties on it. Get the shit done. That's what I'm telling you. Look, it's 911, man. It's 911, bro. The season is so broken. We can't have anything good, man. We finally said, yes, we have a linebacker. Yes, we have a linebacker. Overshown, Agent Zero. We literally, we are, it must be, oh, I know what it is. Fuck. You know what it is? The goddamn Rowdy. It's that goddamn Rowdy. It's the curse of freaking Rowdy. Bobby Beninsky, asking her friend, was just wondering, what week are you going to start talking about the draft? Next year, now, choke your chicken and shake them rings. See, Bobby? No, it's freaking Rowdy. It's that number. It's the freaking Agent Zero. It bet you it was Rowdy put a curse on him so he wouldn't have to give up that number. I'm betting you that's what it is. Freaking Rowdy. Blame Rowdy, man. We ain't won a Super Bowl since Rowdy came around. And that's a fact. You can mark that down. That's a fact. Don't blame it on Joobu. It's freaking Rowdy. It's an emergency, Leo. We need to get high, bro. The season is broken. Overshown. You looked at it and said, we got ourselves a linebacker. We can scratch that off the list next year. We got ourselves a stud. And now, although if you listen to Stephen Jones, well, you know he had that operation and with the production of the ACL and everything else, the PCL, nobody works harder than he does, and we'll have to wait and see where it is. That's the same shit they said about Michael Gallup. He should be ready for training camp, and then it was like, yeah, well, he'll be ready to start the season, and it was week 4, and his leg was never right. So you already hear him, oh, well, we don't need a linebacker. We got Eric Kendricks, although he's getting up there a little bit, but we got Eric Kendricks, and we have some other guys here that we believe in. Yeah. We have some other guys we believe in. So get ready, everybody. Get ready for us to be that team that is the last team to make a free agent signing. Don't look for us to spend a whole bunch of money to try and fill in the holes. Look for the Cowboys to just try and build through the draft and hope that all the players that were injured come back. But here's where, God, I just can't, man. I just can't. Shit hurts. Nobody in the NFL, I don't hear any GM out there other than Jerry and Stephen Jones with this whole thing of we can't, they're too expensive and things. You know, we signed a contract to Michael Gallup to be a number 2 receiver. While he had a torn ACL, that was $12 million a year. We paid Tony Pollard a franchise tag, $10.1 million. We paid a franchise tag to Dalton Schultz for $12 million. We gave Zeke a, what was it, $80 million contract, Zeke Elliott, right? We gave Terrence Steele an $82 million contract. If you go to over the cap, and do this, because I don't want you to think I'm lying, and take a look at Derrick Henry's contract. Derrick Henry's cap hit for this year is $5.1 million. If they decide to cut him, it's $3.8 million in dead money. If they decide to keep him for next year, it's $5 million this year. It's $10.9 next year. That's for the number 2 leading running back in football. Trey Lance. Season is over, guys. You gave up a 4th-round draft pick. This is year number 2 that he's been on your roster. It's $5.3 million. That's his cap number. I bet you. I'll just see if BetUS has this. I bet you the Cowboys re-sign Trey Lance. I bet you they do. And we have now holes at linebacker. Probably going to need a safety. Going to need another receiver. I think an offensive lineman. I still think another running back. Yeah. Are we getting all that in the draft, everybody? And we need lots of depth. The Jones wasted on Trey Lance. Well, here's my thing right here. And we can circle back to you, since we got so many Eagles in here. Let me circle around to it. And commend you for not wasting the opportunity of Jalen Hurts, an average quarterback. Why are Cowboy fans such bad tippers? Because we pissed off, man. They pissed off. You know, they said, don't spend your money with Jerry. They think my money goes to Jerry. So that's where they don't. No, it's okay. If they don't want a super chat, I can understand. Just at least hit the like button. Hit the like button. They're wasting Dak Prescott in the same way they wasted Tony Romo. That's the saddest thing out there. Kid Cowboy, Trey Lance will probably be the backup. Oh, Ryan, am I going to the draft this year? That will be a no. And the reason being is because the NFL, I don't know what's going on with the NFL. NFL is making it hard to be a fan. So, the draft is in Green Bay, okay? I enjoyed going to Kansas City. I had loved going to Detroit, right? Draft. I've been to Chicago for the draft. I've been to Philadelphia. I've been to Dallas. I've been to New York. But I won't be going to Green Bay. One, in April, it's still cold in Green Bay. Excuse me. Second, Green Bay does not have enough hotel space. Oh, Bobby Beninsky, you're buying season tickets? Well, congratulations, Bobby. So the draft is in Green Bay. And the problem with Green Bay is they don't have enough hotel space in Green Bay. I saw a Motel 6. Okay, let me say this. Nothing against Motel 6. But a Motel 6 that the price is $1,500 a night. That people are doing, not Airbnb. That you're seeing some people's houses that are like $10,000, $15,000. It's insane, the cost of this one. This is going to be one of those ones where you look at it and say, nah, it ain't worth all that. So I will be either here or in my man cave, depending on circumstances, and we'll be watching from home. The NFL, sorry, it's getting to be ridiculous. It is, and I don't know how many of you are YouTube TV. Just got notice that YouTube TV is going up $10 a month. And I bet you the Sunday package will go up too. Because, see, Apple had the Sunday ticket on their platform, and I think it was twice as much. And I think that was kind of like the test run. Because this is what the NFL does. They test stuff out on you to see if you do anything about it and see the backlash, and then they throw it on you. So expect Sunday ticket to go up next year. I love weed. I have no idea what I said. Honestly, just enjoying the chat. Okay, the Joneses can't use the cap. All teams, and this is where I don't understand. This is where I don't understand, because most rich people, they get other people to do the dirty work for them. Right? Right? So why is it that Stephen Jones feels the need that he's got to do these contracts, knowing that he has a degree in chemical engineering? I don't know. Leo, do you have a degree in chemical engineering? Because you're dealing with the pharmaceuticals. That a guy with a degree in chemical engineering, whose only job is working for the Cowboys, and his dad, whose VP worked for the Cowboys for 20 years after being a server trainer for Marketplace Grill. These two are the guys that are doing the contracts. What the hell? Thomas, what's going on, Thomas? Glimmerman, yeah, the new tickets is more expensive than the old ticket. I got rid of old ticket because it was too much money. Yeah, this is where you start to think, okay, so you got Roger Goodell now talking about an 18-game season. So you look at it right now, it's like, we can't make it through the midway point of this season with our team. How are we going to hold up for 18 games? Yeah, Stephen Jones can't run the cap. Here's what's crazy. And go back and check these numbers if you don't believe me. But last year, when the season ended, we were about $25 million over the cap. We had to restructure contracts to get under the cap for the beginning of the league year. And we've had to do that every freaking year since back in Romo's days until this year. This year, we have already projected $21 million. We got 23 left over from this year. That's going to jump over to next year. That's $43 million. And that counts, when Stephen Jones tells you, well, we got a lot of guys here that we got to pay that aren't here any longer. Well, those were your mistakes. And quite frankly, Stephen, as far as dead money hits, we are actually one of the teams with the lowest amount of dead money. That's a fact. We are the lowest spending on free agency team over the last 9 years. That's a fact. So now you've got $43 million. You have triggers that could give you over $100 million. And that's before the salary cap goes up next year. And you're already talking about how broke you are. Leo, get me that weed, man. Leo. Bro. As bad as this season's been, I'm ready for you to pass the Dutchie over here, man. I'm gonna be honest with you, Leo. I don't like the smell of weed, man, because it always smells like a damn skunk, man. I got a skunk that was under my house, and now I'm thinking, is he over there smoking some weed or something? But right now, bro, look, it's ready for you. I love weed. Shout out to I love weed. Leo, it's ready. We ready, Leo. We need some help here, bro. We need some help. Philly 500 winning cigar. Oh, man. I got cigars over here. Cubans. I can't fire up. Philly D, seeing the effing message from the chat. What are you talking about? Oh, we're dysfunctional. Drew, I can't disagree. It is so bad. I can't even disagree with you, man. I can't even. Get some cannabis cookies or brownies. Salary cap prevents teams from having super teams like the 70s. I hear you, the real one fan. And Stephen Jones keeps you from having a team that's a good playoff team. Leo has Reggie, that stink, that skunk. Okay. Jones is making too many damn excuses for no. Yeah, and this is what doesn't make any sense. How are you making excuses for the future? We ain't even got through this season yet. You talking about it's going to be very, very tight. What the fuck are you talking about? Now here's the ultimate fuck up, right? So Ben Johnson don't want to come here. Bill Belichick is already hired. Dion has said, I'm not dealing with those pros. Screw them guys, right? You talked about Cliff Kingsbury, but Cliff Kingsbury, he's like 28 and 39. Why would you bring him here? What the fuck has he done? I wish Mark Holmes was my uncle. Henry, I am your uncle. I'm your Uncle Mark. A lot of people call me Uncle Mark that I'm not related to, but you can call me your uncle. I'm your uncle. Uncle, hey, Henry. What's up, nephew? Mark don't know about that skunk. Laugh out loud. Mark, I tried to tell you before. Oh, okay, you know what? Listen, man. Everybody, you start out 0-0, and you have hope, okay? I knew in the back of my mind that we had issues, but you have to admit, when you look at how many players we've lost, I think we're second in games lost by starter. I'm boring myself talking about these guys. Okay, no one wants to coach this. There you go, Drew. That's what I was going to say. What if Mike McCarthy says, you know what? I don't want to come back. What if Mike McCarthy says, I don't want to come back here? We all assume that Mike McCarthy can't get another job or needs this job. What if Mike McCarthy at the end of the season says, you know what? I'm good. I'm good. Thanks, Jerry. I appreciate the 5 years and the $15 million. But I'm going to, go back to Green Bay and hang out in the garage and deal with some analytics. And or maybe I take another job somewhere else. I know the Jets have an opening, and, they hired Robert Saleh and guys like that, right? Maybe I go to the Raiders. The Raiders are a great place to try and get a job and things like that, And if you're looking at being the Raiders or the Jets, and you look and say, well, shit. That guy had 3 years of 12-5 without the team doing jack for him. Let's hire him. And then the Joneses got who? I guess they could hire Mike Zimmer as the head coach. Disaster. That happens, Mark. Hire Zimmer. Yeah. I mean, yeah. If you're a young up-and-coming coach, what makes the Cowboys attractive to you as a job? I don't think it's an attractive job anymore. Philadelphia, okay. Let's be real here, bro. Let's be real here. It's not that we've got fantastic players that are out there playing right now. We've had so many freaking injuries with a roster that was thin to begin with. You haven't lost 4 edge rushers, bro. You haven't had your all-pro guard injured all season. You didn't lose an all-pro offensive tackle and replace him with a guy who can't stay on the field who's a penalty magnet. You didn't have your starting 3 cornerbacks not finally play a game together until week 13. No, I'm sorry, week 14. And one of those was only 50%. It's easy to see why the team didn't win. You got to have some players out on the field. When you're getting USFL guys and guys that have been sitting on their ass for a couple of years, has-beens, never-weres, and over-the-hill guys, you're not going to win. Just not. And I can't – I don't want to destroy the players because we got some out there. Bobby, excuses or reality? It's a reality. It's excuses. Okay, well, then tell me. Okay, please tell me, Drew. What is it then? Excuses. It's a reason why the team's not good. We don't have our starting quarterback. Let's say you lose your quarterback. Let's say you don't have Saquon Barkley on there. Let's say that you don't have your starting cornerbacks on there. Is your team doing the same things? Is your team doing the same things? I don't think so. You could put Jalen Hurts on this team right now, and guess what? They ain't winning with Jalen Hurts there. Excuses again about the last 28 years. Oh, no. That's not an excuse. The reason is you got 2 idiots that are running the organization that seem to think that doing the same thing over and over is going to create a Super Bowl team. And it doesn't. It's not rocket science. Jerry and Stephen Jones. It's not an excuse. It's a reason. Can anybody honestly look and say, those guys are innovators? Those guys are the guys that I want to run my organization. The fact that we are sitting here every week that Jerry Jones has got not one but two shows, Tuesday and Friday, that Stephen Jones has got two shows, and going through and telling you, right there in production, we're right there with the other teams. When we look back in the last couple of years, we're right there with the Kansas City Chiefs in the amount of victories and things. We haven't had the playoff success and things that you'd like, but, we trust the process and we believe we're doing the right thing. As far as free agency goes, it means if you have to go into free agency, it's because you didn't draft well, and you're going to pay good money for average players. And, we feel that we like our guys, and we like position flex. We like a guy who can play safety and linebacker, who needs like an all-pro linebacker and things. We're okay with having a guy that can do double duty. That way, we don't have to pay big money for two guys. We pay average money for a guy who's just a tweener. Jacob Canellis, next year is going to be a roller coaster, but hope 26 seasons we are competing in the playoffs. Well, Jacob, I'm not ready to say that we aren't going to go ahead and turn this thing around next year. We got Overshown, just had his surgery, and that went real well, and nobody works harder than that guy. And of course, we played CD Lamb. Last year he broke Cowboys records with 10 touches a game. And we decided that this year, since we paid him more money, we're going to go ahead and get him 12 to 15 touches. And you can see the season that he's had. He's had the hurt knee and the hurt shoulder and stuff. But you can rest assured that next year we'll be looking at 15 to 18 touches for him, because, of course, we paid him money, and then that means we're going to get more production out of him. And good old Dak, we understand that he has problems with his foot, and we decided to say, Dak, we paid you a whole bunch of money. We want you to run the football till your leg literally falls off, and he did exactly that for us. So we know that we know what we're doing here, and we just have to have a little bit of luck with the injury situation, and get the ball to bounce the right way, and we'll be okay. And our guys, we believe in them, and that they're going to get us there. It's like, shut up. Just shut up, Steven. Shut up. I had to remove it. It was a bad taste for the channel. Bad taste? Wait a minute. Dirty Sanchez said it was a bad taste? Damn, what the hell happened? Somebody go to Taco Bell and blow up the bathroom? Jeff Lee in the house, and Jeff, we know he loves the boobies. Dirty bad taste. I mean, okay. I agree, Drew. Yeah, our offensive line and defensive line, and that's the sad part about it, Drew. Here's the philosophy that the Cowboys have, and I hate to always use Tyrone Crawford. Tyrone Crawford, one of the nicest guys you'd ever meet. Okay, Tyrone Crawford, team leader, gave everything. Tyrone Crawford was really too slow to be an effective edge rusher, and he was too small to be a defensive tackle. He was a tweener. He could do both of them. He just wasn't great at it. If you had him playing tackle in run blocking, he's too light in the ass. He'd get blown out in secondary. As far as getting around the edge, he wasn't fast enough. He'd get 2, 3, 4 sacks in a season. He could do this part-time. But see, the problem with the Joneses is they'd look at that and say, oh, well, let's pay him. And they paid him like, 30-some or 40-some million dollars. And, right, he had bad hips to be a tackle and defensive end. He was only about 280. He was long, kind of skinny. That's okay. Listen, and here's the problem. And they figure, well, a defensive tackle is a defensive tackle. So if you can play tackle, you can play nose tackle. We can put anybody in a nose tackle. And it's like, you don't understand how critical both sides of the line is. You need beast. When you took out and said, we don't need Hankins, we'll just say Mozzie, you were a first-round pick, so you're gonna be our main guy. And Osa and Digazua, Osa has kind of come back down to earth. It wasn't a great season, but he's still, I think, our leading defensive tackle. He's good, but he's not outstanding. You need studs on the defensive line. We've been gashed on the defensive line, stopping the run for years. And they still put anybody out there. That's the problem with the Cowboys. Position flex. We like position. Micah, he can play middle linebacker, outside linebacker. He can rush the quarterback. We like position flex. Well, he's one of the few that can do it really well. We like a safety who can also play linebacker. That way, we got both things covered. You got both things covered average. It's like this. I am like a Swiss Army knife. Me personally. I am a Janet Rogers.
Oh, yes, it's ladies' night. Oh, what a night. Oh, what a night.
I am a jack of all trades. Okay, now the way the saying goes is a jack of all trades, master of none is better than just a master of one. That's the way the whole saying goes, but the last part got dropped. Because if I come to your house and you got a problem, let's say you needed your vanity's messed up. Okay, it's done caused a leak. Okay, well I can rip out the vanity, or I can build you a new one, right? I can hook up the sink. I can patch the floor that the floorboards are rotted out because I can do carpentry work. I can do plumbing. Oh, and you don't have a GFI, so I can put your GFI because I'm a jack of all trades. Okay, I can do some of everything. I can. Pretty much this house right here. Now, am I as good as a guy who's just a plumber? No, he knows more things and can do a lot more than what I can do. Am I, although I did all the plumbing here at the house. Well, a plumber will have better tools and he'll be able to do it faster and probably easier than I can. He wouldn't do it cheaper because I didn't pay labor for myself. Same thing with electrical. Set the panel, got the meter base put in, boom. And I've done that built like 4 houses down here and renovated about 15. And have done all the electrical here. And none of them have burned down. Knock on wood. Am I as good as an electrician? No. And so on throughout. And see, when I say I need a defensive tackle, I don't want a tweener, a guy who's too light in the ass to play defensive tackle. I want a game-changing defensive tackle. And when we go through and we decide, let's get some journeyman linebackers and things. No, you should have gotten Demario Davis years ago, like I said. Son of John, Dallas Cowboy owner. We're not going all in. Later, we're going all in. Later tells Jamie Foxx about 8.5 inch, all in. Stephen Jones only wants to say, we're going to be short on salary, do more with less. Yeah, and that's why. There's your reason why the Cowboys suck. There you have it. They're too scared to try and make a move. And there's no reason to. They're the most valuable franchise in the world. In all of sports. By $1.39 billion. So why change what you're doing? You don't have to win. You don't have to risk money. You're going to get paid. And that's all I got. Tomorrow, we're having our first event here at the Red Brick House. It's basically a meet and greet Christmas party dedication for our walkway and thank you We've got the mayor and the city council and some people and things that are going to be coming here between 4 and 6 tomorrow. So we won't be doing our members chat tomorrow. Or if we do, it'll be much later. So it'll be like 7 or so. So I'll let you guys know what we're going to do on that one. At this point, we just whining and crying and listening to Leo, about pounding his chest about how good his team is. Can you? Sure, come on by, Logan. I'll be making plenty of food, so come on by. And I'm sitting here choking. All right, good people. As always, I appreciate you guys, and keep the faith. As hard as it is, keep the faith. And is that the right one? Nope, it's not the right one. I don't see it. Well, I guess I've lost it. Here we go.
On it now?
He literally clubbed him from behind. I'm surprised they didn't call him, Mingo, on unnecessary roughness on the hit there, the way this has been. Oh, wrong one. Sorry. Let's try that again. Blocked. It was blocked, y'all. Oh, my God. Who got the ball? Did they fuck it up? Did we not get it? Oh, God. Oh. I hate this team. Oh, fuck. You got to be shitting me.